Can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Lauren. Thank you for offering. I ever didn't say I didn't have a big mouth. Thank everybody who spoke. Jane really laid it out, and she gave you what this was all about. And Yusuf, who's my partner in so many things, if I'm ever in a foxhole and in trouble, I want Yusuf Rabi at my back. And it's always good to hear from the doc. But I want to stay focused here. Jane laid it out. You know, this is about the men and women of the Postal Service who have been part of this democracy from the very founding. The oldest department in this country is the United States Post Office. I don't have COVID, I just talked too much. And Benjamin Franklin was the very forefathers. There should have been some women in there, but there weren't. We're smart enough to know that the post office was the glue that would connect us in this country. They do. The only means of communicating. A lot of people still pay their bills. A lot of people, if they care about somebody, they send a card. And people do still write letters. Some people pay their bills. But I think the most critical things we need to think about is the number of people that get their medicine. They count on it to get things delivered to them that takes care of their everyday life. And everybody else here has talked about the vote by mail, which we need to call the vote by home, at home, which will keep everybody safe. But that male or female postal deliverer is going to protect the most fundamental opportunity, the most fundamental responsibility we have in our democracy, which is that right to vote, and to make sure no one screws around with it and delivers it safely to the post office. So, the HEROES Act passed the United States Congress 2 months ago. It has $25 billion in it to make sure we protect the post office and the postal workers. Can you imagine right now if we were suddenly, oh well, the president says they can use other providers, they can use Federal Express, that they can use UPS. Hey guys, I had to go mail my tax return, and I was a little, do you know how much it is to just mail an envelope from Federal Express these days? $29. How many people can afford to send a whole lot of mail at $29 just sending? My thing was this big. It's outrageous. And no American should worry about whether they can get their medicine or send a note to somebody because some person in private business wants to make another profit at their expense. The post office is a utility. It is a public service to our community. And we must protect it. The Senate is hopefully going to get up in a very feisty mood today, so I've now started saying it's time for the United States Senate to get off their ass and worry about a whole lot of things. We could start with the number of people that are going to run out of unemployment insurance next week or at the end of this month and don't know how they're going to live. And I'm telling you, I'm getting those phone calls every single day as panic begins to set in. We have COVID. People's lives are being disrupted. 1 out of 4 people in Michigan does not have a job. And the United States Senate has a moral responsibility to step up and do their damn job. I've been hanging around with Rashida tonight. Not enough with you. But I'm really angry about it. And we put the money in for this post office. You know, it's not just these workers, and Jane did a great great job of talking about those workers, but I talk to seniors. We all do senior check-ins regularly. They're scared. What are they going to do if the post office doesn't operate anymore? How are they going to get their medicine? How are they going to get something that their daughter is sending them? How are they going to get something for one of their old friends? That is, I mean, the stories are there. We have to save the post office. It is, from the very beginning, the foundation of what our democracy is. That ability to communicate, to talk to each other, to connect us across the country and the world. And the United States House has done its job, and now it's time for the United States Senate to step up and make sure we stay the United States Postal Service and all of its workers.